This is not a business that I started intentionally. What happened is that I used to struggle with a condition called endometriosis, and that was from a very long time ago, actually from when I was 16, but it was undiagnosed. So I was living in the UK, working, and I finished my university around 2000. And at that time, I was usually, my time of the month was so severe, and I was working a very difficult job. So I used to go and look at alternative practitioners, like whatever is available in England, in the UK. You know, in addition to using pain medication, normal painkillers, I would also use alternative medicine like flower essences or essential oil. And I was introduced to a product in 2017 by this woman who saw me at my dad's funeral and showed me kesho tutakuletea dawa. So now when she brought this dawa and I boiled it, I took it home, I brought it to Nairobi, I had a painless period for the first time in more than 20 years. So I shared it with a friend and I went back and I got some more. And that's how this business was really born. And the friend I shared it with was on her way to a hysterectomy. And I told her, I know you've been bleeding. She'd been bleeding for like 3 weeks and the blood was coming out like mud. So I told her, before you go for this, where they remove your womb, try this just for pain. And that was it, she stopped bleeding. Then she shared it to a WhatsApp group, and that's how the business just kind of exploded.
In our family, among the women, there's been like a history of these problematic periods. So I think my mom and my sisters had taken a drastic approach to it. And I was a bit fearful about that. And also it puts you in a position where, you know, you can't carry on with your day-to-day activities. So in a way, you're quite desperate. Yeah, and so I just wanted to see if it had worked for her. I didn't want any more stories. Just give me whatever it is you took. Yeah, and then it worked for me, so I was happy with it. Yeah.
And then later on, you have a process of now washing the whole entire thing. That's when the hot water, also at a certain temperature. We are trying to give it to you in its most natural form, in its most organic form. But it has bioactive components that are actually found in pain medication, in anti-inflammatory medication, in antibacterial. So you could say that some of these roots that we're actually using are being used in the pharmaceutical industry, but they have been processed and packaged into a pill. So our idea really is to be the first point of contact for you as a woman or as a man, if you have reproductive health issues or respiratory issues, before you go for surgery, consider, let's say, coming and using Aroroi to decongest your womb, to help you shrink your fibroids or your ovarian cyst, to help you with PCOS, to help you with hormonal balance. So the idea is to stimulate the body to actually, you know, bring out its healing mechanism. So our idea really is not only to modernize, but to help with the creation of the regulation. To meet the regulations, we work with University of Nairobi Pharmacology and Pharmacognosy Department and with the Ministry of Culture. We are certified. We also use social media a lot. So we use digital platforms. We have a lot of knowledge transfer and we have a knowledge repository. We are learning more about the traditional medicine and learning more about the trees, and we are documenting this both digitally and off the digital platforms. We're working with doctors and researchers.
For hormonal imbalance, minimum recommendation is 3 bottles, and works on managing various reproductive health issues. So, now Arorwet is Arorwet, same as Arorwet, 45 ml, fasting in the morning on an empty stomach.
I would say we've had a huge impact specifically on women because this is a really underserved area. When women complain about irregular menses or painful periods or overbleeding or disappeared menses or spotting or blocked tubes, usually the medical practitioner has not taken it as seriously as the men's solutions. So you will find that typically most men don't suffer pain during the month, but 80% of women do. And then somebody says to you, take a painkiller, or it's nothing, it's only menses, you sleep it off, or it's also something that hasn't been talked about so much. There's a lot of taboo about discussing your menses. So just on the pain threshold alone, we can say we have reduced women's pain by 80%. And I can start showing her the samples like these ones. So I can tell you that the first year of business was extremely rough, especially on social media, just taking on all those insults, not being taken seriously. Not being taken seriously initially by government. People don't think it's a real business. Others think that you're just here to play for a short while and then you move on. So for us, the initial challenges were quite tough. And then with time, as customers embraced the product and got results, and even you have government officials from all these different bodies actually using our product. So with time, then it gained the credibility. We did a lot of education over the past 5 years on all platforms, just working with the media to talk about traditional plant medicine. This is plant medicine. It is also used in allopathic medicine. You know, your malaria queen actually comes from a plant. In my culture, we call it sisimwet. So that same plant that is used in the malaria queen, we use it in our production process to create the same medicine for you in its original natural form.